Welcome back to a new video, and on this occasion is the native instruments choral. Alright, so this plugin is a chorus, and as a simple reminder, a chorus belongs to the delay family. It will copy or create voices from the original signal, and it will delay the copies and modulate the voices in some fashion. So this plugin, and I'm on an init patch, gives you those voices. As you keep going up on voices, it says 1, but you keep going up, and at some point, it's going to say 3, but you can see 6 right here at the top. And it's because it's going to be 3 for the left and 3 for the right. It's a stereo type of plugin. So, you have 3 voices. The amount of voices is going to make the chorus more noticeable. Or not, of course. Now then, we're going to talk about, of course, the default controls, and then we're going to try it on different sources. The amount makes the chorus more noticeable. If I keep going up, you can really hear that chorus. If I go down, it's going to be less. And all of this is something that you can see on the voices. The travel. If I go down, all the different voices are traveling less, so we have less movement. If I keep going up, the travel is pretty long. And of course, you're going to get this type of effect. Then you have how fast the voices move. If I keep going up, it's going to modulate more, and we get that wobbly type of sound. Now, this is a stereo type of plugin, so by default on width it's going to be 50%, which is already stereo, but if we go up, it's going to make it wider. Now, it's super wide. If you're listening this on a phone, it's not going to work. So you need to use headphones or maybe good speakers. You can go all the way down and make it more mono. What else do we got? We have the delay and the feedback. Now remember that I said before that this chorus belongs to the delay family. So the delay knob, what will do, it will scale the delay time for the voices. By default, it's just, on 1x. But as they keep going up, we have longer delay times. Now, notice there's not a lot of difference, but still, if I go down, you can hear the difference. And it's because, we are separating the voices in time. But still, since this is a chorus and not a delay, we are not going on wild delay times. It's always super short. This, going up on the delay, gives you a little bit more separation and depth. But sometimes, you don't want this, you want something close, so you can, maybe leave it at default. Now, a delay has feedback. So, as we go up on feedback, we get a different type of character. And now it doesn't sound like a chorus, just to make it big and wide, we get a sound effects. And if we keep going up, it's going to go really crazy. And the feedback works with the delay. If I go up on the delay, we get, again, the sound effects. Now the feedback has a second option. This one it's called the scatter. And this one, what it will do, it will make it less aggressive. And notice that now, instead of sounding like a sound effects, it sounds more like a reverb type of effects. Right? Gives you that reverb type of vibe. Alright, so this is what this plugin can do, and at the top you have the mix control, which is, the blend between, maybe I'm gonna go super aggressive. And you can just, if it's maybe too much, go down, get a little bit less, and get a nice blend. And then you have the phase invert. Alright, so this is what you can do with this plugin. These are the most common controls. I'm going to be going to maybe a default preset. And at the center, you have 3 different modes. And these are just modes. The first one is going to be synth, then you have ensemble, then you have the dimension, and then you have universal. Now the first one, I'm going to be playing the same thing again. Of course, we're going to test it on different sources in a minute. And I'm going to go up on the amount, maybe a little bit more rate, a little bit more voices, so we can really hear what's going on. The synth, it's inspired by courses of old synthesizers. So this one sounds darker. It's not in your face. And notice how the modulation goes up and then down. It's not like just smoothly going up and down. It's like modulated by a square type of waveform. Goes up and down. It's like an on and off. And the ensemble is completely different. So this one is again inspired on a synthesizer type of course, but the main difference again is how it's modulating the voices. The travel is smooth. So the modulation, how the voices are modulated, now it's a little bit more obvious than the other one. That's why this one is maybe a little bit darker, and this one is just a little bit more obvious. Now, if I go to the next one, this one is inspired on the Roland, the Dimension one. So it's smoother. Notice that the travel is a little bit different. This one really crazy. This one is not that crazy. And this is why the Dimension is a very smooth type of course, but it's also brighter. If I go to the first, darker, a lot brighter. So, you have different flavors right here. And then the last one, this one is the Universal. This one is just based on nothing, is a modern implementation. Here the difference is how the voices, how they move. Notice that the voices on the sides, they are working like, maybe the synth algorithm, but the other ones, they are just moving on a different way and they move faster, right? So this will give you, different tonal characteristics. If I go to the synth, it's different. Way different. I have a tiny little clip right here. I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to be going and doing the same. Maybe you're going to go to some other algorithms. Dry. Wet. Well, gets the job done. And some more. Yeah. Let's try a different sound. A bass, something that where we maybe are going to be putting a chorus, and then of course make the lower frequencies mono. But we've been using a chorus on bass for a long time now, so I just wanted to see how it sounds. It's just pretty centered, wide. Centered, wide, and of course the in-betweens. Again, like I said before, this gets the job done. And I'm creating a video about this device. It's a little bit old, I know, and I'm filming this because I don't think this devices, this native instruments devices, they get enough attention. I think that they're really cool. And right, if you liked all this and you learned something new, please like and subscribe. And if you want to buy me a coffee just to say thanks and keep the channel keep going on, you can. You have links at the description for PayPal, YouTube Thanks, and Patreon.